All right, hey everybody, how's it going? Welcome to Comic Book Radio. This is an Open Lines Friday. I'm your host, Peter Cimetti. This is episode 204. Let's talk comics, the paranormal, and the NHL playoffs. I know there's no rhyme or reason. The only connection is I'm interested in all three. So if you want to talk about those things, come on this show tonight. Anything related to any of those three things, I'm more than fine to have a conversation about them. If you guys want to talk about anything else, feel free. Let me know. What's on your mind? How's your day been? You got some weekend plans coming up? You've had a good week? I had an interesting day today. Got a lot of stuff done, but spent a few hours in the storage unit. Just getting stuff. And it's always the thing I need that's behind all the other things. Took way more time than I wanted. But I got what I needed. So that was good. Productive. Books are at the printer. So we got 4 new comics. They're at the printer now. It's in their hands. We've done all we could. So hopefully we get them and they're in great shape in a couple of weeks or whatever, like they usually are. And then we can get fulfillment underway. Hall of Fame for Alterna. Those Hall of Fame comics, I got to get those to the printer next week. And same deal with that. That, I don't know how long that might take. I've never done comics like that before, with a specialty cover treatment and all that jazz. We'll see. Shouldn't be more than... It's usually... Printer turnaround time's usually like 3 to 4 weeks. Really rare when it isn't. And when it is longer than that, it's usually holiday time. Alright, so enough of that. Let me put the little banner up here and say hello to you guys. So we have Creators Outlet here. What's up, Creators Outlet? Devil Flyer in the house as well. What's up, Devil Flyer? Dr. Mask is here too. How's it going, Doc? TJ Rex is in the house. What's up, TJ? What Geeks Do Network? How's it going? What Geeks Do Network? Keir Covington in the house. Says Blood Moon. We're getting Keir the help he needs to get treated for that Tourette's. Just comes in here every now and then, screams Blood Moon, King Cryptid, Blood Realm. He's very excited. Keir is the artist on Blood Moon, the King Cryptid Blood Realm crossover. Spicer, what's up, Spicer? Hope you're doing well. Hope you have a great weekend as well, and I'll be talking to you soon. I'll be talking to you on the 16th. Spicer's going to be back on the show. We're going to have a conversation. He says he wants to talk about writing. So we'll talk about that. AL, how's it going, AL? Hope you're doing good. We got Shrek PMC here. What's up, Shrek PMC? Comics for Life. How's it going, Comics for Life? You always have such good questions. Have you thought about starting your own YouTube channel or anything like that? I feel like you'd be a good interviewer. If you already have one, please forgive me for my ignorance. But you always have good questions for the guests. Appreciate you. We got Keir. See what I mean? He's red. Solar flare. He's just spouting things off. Dr. Ben says, I'll pop in a minute, arranging my crystals for optimal energy flows. All right. Bobo, what's up, Bobo? Hope you're doing well. And yeah, no problem, Comics for Life. No problem. Thank you for being here. So, I gotta share this really quick with you guys. It's just a couple of updates here. The King Cryptid campaign. I haven't shared that in a long time. At least it feels that way. Like, I mean, like, really share it. Really talk about it. Not just, yeah, passing. I'll go check it out. But like really let you know what's going on. So I'll do that here for a minute. So this King Cryptid campaign, that's my series. It's a monster and mystery, adventure, sci-fi, horror, action series. It's got everything in it. Issues 5 to 9 are currently funding. It's on Indiegogo. You can go to kingcryptid.com, or you can also go to the Alterna site. It's funding on there too. alternacomics.com/kingcryptid will take you there. We're at 1,029 total backers. That's between the Indiegogo and between people coming in on the Alterna site. And we're at 37,411 raised, which is incredible. Thank you guys so much. Seriously. We are very, very close getting there to a couple major milestones. So there's a backer bonus that's going to be triggered at 1,345 backers. Why that number? It's one more than the previous campaign. And then there's a stretch goal bonus that'll get triggered at 41,473. $1 more than the previous campaign. And this campaign is going to be going on for a couple more months because fulfillment is going to be taking place, and then I like to keep it up a little bit after fulfillment is done. So this probably won't come down till like August or so. But don't sit on backing this, because there's a bunch of perks that are coming down on June 1st because I got to get things into production. So I'm going to just mention a couple of them here. This sketch card, I'll do like a quick 5-minute portrait sketch. It doesn't look as quick as what comes out on the card. But there's only 6 left. If you'd like to get one, they're a featured perk only on Indiegogo. It's $25, free shipping worldwide. So it doesn't matter if you're in the US or not. Free shipping, $25. Any King Cryptid character you'd like. If you're not familiar with the King Cryptid characters, you can kind of scope out what's here on the campaign, but you can also ask me or even just leave it up to me. If you want me to draw something cool for you, I could do that. Now, the ones that are going away, the perks that are going away, the story script is going away. June 1st. I've got a bunch of them in already, and limited amount will be available afterwards. But that's going away June 1st. Trading card packs going away June 1st. So all these things you want to get before June 1st. The issues you can still order the entire way through. And not everything's going away, but most things are. Like I said, we got to get things in production. The collector box number 2, June 1st, last day. Art commissions, like the one I just showed here, and there's also like a blank cover commission and a bunch of other art commissions too for a couple other people as well that are involved in the campaign, artists on the book. Those are going away June 1st. Glow-in-the-dark t-shirts going away June 1st. You want to make sure to get yours in there. There's a King Cryptid binder for the trading card set, or for any trading cards you want to put in there. Going away June 1st. The Super Moon bundle that gets you every full moon and new moon special item. We're not doing any more of those. Those are done. But if you missed any, this is like a cheat code. You could get this. It's $125. You're getting probably close to $160 worth of awesomeness from this campaign. Keep in mind, though, this only includes the specials. It doesn't include the books, so you want to get the books too. But this is going away June 1st. The sealed trading card box, June 1st. Sketch bundle, same thing. King size campaign subscription. This gets you one of everything new on the entire campaign except for art commissions. If we added art commissions on there, this would have been like $200 something more. Would have been like in the $650 range. But this, the last day to get it, June 1st, because it includes so many of those other things. Again, I got to get things into production. I got to make sure we have the numbers there to go and move forward with it. That's why June 1st is the last day. So you got a couple days left. You got about 20 or so days left. But you don't want to wait on it, because things happen, you forget, whatever it may be. If you want any of the things I was talking about, just mentioned, please go to either kingcryptid.com and back it on Indiegogo, or go to alternacomics.com/kingcryptid. All the same things are there too. So just getting that out of the way real quick. The books that I said that were going, or that are at the printer, these ones here, Blood Realm number 14 that came out on a Wednesday, number 21, Unit 44, 9, and 10. Everything else from this campaign is done. So there's production update over here. And this campaign also is on alternacomics.com/funding and also on Indiegogo. All the links for everything, it's in the description of the show. The production update here. So 11x17 posters, which are bonuses for day one backers, done, completed. 6x9 prints, completed. Alterna Series trading card, 17 and 18, and Alterna foil card number 8, completed. The only thing I'm waiting on is the 4 new comics. That is $67 away from the 3,000 mark on Indiegogo. Overall, the campaign's raised $85.10. So 308 backers on board. Thank you guys very much if you have backed. If you haven't backed, now is the best time to do so. 4 new comics for just $9. You can get them either on Indiegogo or you can go to alternacomics.com/funding. And then I also want to give a quick shout out to 2 campaigns here. I'm going to put the links in the chat. All right, so this one here, Tinseltown Losing the Light. It is $79 away from the $1,000 mark. This is a second chance campaign on Indiegogo for the collected edition of Tinseltown Volume 2, which is subtitled Losing the Light. So this here is a graphic novel, trade paperback, that kind of a thing, put together. Dave Lucarelli's running this campaign. He's the creator writer of Tinseltown. And this is going to be only up for another 6 days. And he's fulfilling. He's got everything ready to go. Originally, he had this campaign sort of around last year on Kickstarter. And now it's on Indiegogo. If you guys want to check it out, you want to back it, the link is in the description of the show. Again, just $79 away from the $1,000 mark. And then also, the Blood Realm campaign. Quick shout out for this campaign here from Rob Geronimo. I'll put the link in the chat for you. This one here is $38 away from the $14,000 mark on Indiegogo, but combining what's been raised between the Alterna site, because the Alterna site just has the 4 issues and they're not signed. There's advertising too. If you want to advertise in these books, you can go to alternacomics.com/advertising. And you can get advertising spots for these issues. Only premium spots are available because there's no ad spots in the interiors. It's cover to cover story, jam-packed. No interior ad spots, just premium spots. Inside front cover, inside back cover, and back cover. And some of them are already gone. But you can go and check out this campaign if you'd like. I know Rob sold out of the red Chiron Morvel statue. And he's got 10 left, it looks like, of the gray. So he's already crossed overall the $14,000 mark. He's got a $15,000 stretch goal. I think he's like 600 or so away from that. And that is for this Sisters of Silence stained glass foil card. So he drew this live. He's putting in like a really high res scan in there, and then we're going to get it turned into a foil card. And those things are pricey, let me tell you. But it's gonna apparently be a stretch goal, a bonus for every physical perk backer once the campaign reaches 15,000. So it's getting there. It's getting there. Looks like it's getting close. So thank you guys so much for your support on this campaign, for your support on the Tinseltown campaign, the Alternate campaign, the King Cryptid campaign. Thank you guys so much. And like I said before, the Alternate Comics Holo Fame campaign with the holochrome covers for those 4 comics, that was Blood Realm, Tinseltown, Red Koi, and Trespasser. Those are going to go to print very soon as well. And then it's going to be a summer of fulfillment, or at least a late spring of fulfillment, before it becomes a July, August of fulfillment. I guess I could stick to summer of fulfillment, because then the King Cryptid books will have to get fulfilled too with everything else. And we got the Blood Moon crossover campaign launching in July. There's so much going on. The next King Cryptid campaign is going to be like September, October, something like that. So there's a lot going on. A lot. And Jefferson Roswell, what are you saying no about? What are you saying no about? Let me know. I didn't see as I was on the other windows there. Cole says king-sized or bust. So the king-size campaign subscription. Cole is a champion of that on the King Cryptid campaign. What's up, Jasper? Thank you for being here. Rachel says, wish YouTube would stop shadow banning my channel. Shadow banning my channel? Is it shadow banning my channel? How does that work? I'm not sure. Are you not getting notifications or anything like that? Is that what's happening? It is what it is. YouTube. Psh. Jefferson Roswell says that everything is going away. Yeah, you know, it's a good thing, though. It's a good thing, because that means that we're getting things, you know, getting ready for fulfillment. Getting things into production. Things will arrive. It's exciting. So it's only bad if, let's say, someone couldn't back until July. But then again, they would have had like a whole year. On most of the things, though, it's not now or never. On some of them, it is. But on most, it isn't. So it'll be okay. What's up, Sinopa? Sam? Is that you? Hope you're doing good. Citizen Ronan's here. What's up, Citizen Ronan? Rachel says I should be getting more views, too. Well, thank you, Rachel. Appreciate that. It is what it is. You know? It is what it is. I don't sweat the small stuff like that. That's small stuff to me. You know, I got 18 on let's see, on the YouTubes here. On the Twitters, who the hell knows what the hell is going on there? But on the little thing in the corner, it tells me I got 83. Whatever. Quality over quantity. That's what's important to me. All right. So looks like we got somebody waiting in the wings. Let's see what's on their mind. Dr. Ben, what's up?
Sure. What's going on? Just figured I'd come and hang out with you, see what you're doing. So you could talk about paranormal stuff. You know, I've got my camera here, so I'm trying to figure out. There we go. I'll figure it out from the mirror. Okay. But yeah, man. You know, I always dig. It blows me away that like you do your alternate comics. You know, like you write and edit stuff. You put all the stuff out, and also you're like a drawer. You know what I mean? Like you do. I always see your.
Oh, your audio just dropped out. That's weird. Wonder what happened. Did it drop out for you guys in the chat, or is it just for me? I'm not hearing him. I'm not hearing you now. No, I'm not hearing you. Is your mic muted? Because you're not muted here on my end. It sounded like he had nice things to say. Dr. Ben. Yeah, everybody's saying that it's muted. Yeah, or at least we can't hear you. Hey, Oliver, how's it going? Yeah, Dr. Ben, I don't know what's going on, but maybe pop out and then pop in. I'm gonna drop you out for a second. And then maybe, yeah, and then pop out pop back in. Sometimes it works like that. StreamYard's been really weird, especially on audio, I've noticed, even for guests. Like, usually the proper setup to make everything sound great is a dedicated microphone and headphones. This way you can close the feedback loop, and it'll at least provide more clarity for the microphone. But I've noticed that sometimes people will have the proper setup, and they'll be on here, and we're doing mic checks before the show starts, and if you take echo cancellation off, because echo cancellation, you only really need to have it on if you don't have headphones, but you've got a mic. And their volume will drop drastically and can't be readjusted. So I don't know what that's about, but then if you click echo cancellation back on, the mic volume goes back up. What happens with echo cancellation being on is sometimes the audio will get warbly. And someone will go in and out sounding, and they'll sound like they're underwater, out of nowhere sometime. And I don't know technically how any of that works. I just know that what happens. So I don't know. That's been something I've seen going on or have heard going on for the past month or so. I don't know what's doing it and why. But let's see. Dr. Ben is back.
Maybe.
Oh,
is that any
okay.
better?
Yeah, I can hear you now. Okay.
All right. Yeah,
That's weird.
I think maybe the plug on my microphone thing was like loose or something, and like,
okay,
you know how this stuff is.
Is it like the earbuds with the microphone on it?
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, those are fickle.
Yeah, I don't know. I don't have those AirPods. I don't know. Those freak me out anyways, because it's like wireless and like you have one on each side, so I think it's gonna like erase my brain or something. So I just stick with the wires. But no, I was just saying, like it trips me out because like you run Alterna, and like you've been doing Alterna since like what, 2005 or something? Is that what you said before? It's been like a while. Yeah.
I mean, officially 2006, and
Okay.
kind of started it up. It was like unofficial at that point, like 2005. So it's been a while. It's been like 18 official years.
And you do like all this. Oh shit! I just reorganized the whole like studio, so everything's kind of like bonking into everything. But no, it trips me out because it's like, you run your whole show. You got all the different comics, the campaigns. You write, you edit, and like you draw stuff too. Like I always see you posting like your sketch cards and stuff. So that's what I'm saying. I just figured I want to like stop by and be like, hey.
Well, thank you, man. Appreciate it.
I gotta get. I'm waiting on some current financial situations. There's some different complications I'm going through, so I can't. But that is the goal. Is once I got them all straightened out, I go wild, and But till then, I just try to like help promote people.
Good stuff. What are you working on over there?
I'm just working on, this is a bunch of like old stuff that I've got. Like I think I did this back in like 2020. It's like Alicia and the Thing, and like I think it's supposed to be like the part where like Adam Warlock first shows up in the Fantastic Four. Or like he was in that little pod thing, and he was called Him. So I was just drawing those, and I've got like a couple different versions.
He was pronouning before it was cool.
Kirby had the pronouns back in the 60s. That's right. I didn't think about that.
Got just a character named Him.
Him.
And then He-Man came along and stole his thunder.
Well, and then they had the girl Adam Warlock. What was her name?
There was a girl Adam Warlock?
Yes.
When did that happen?
I don't know when she came out. I remember she was like just arriving like around like the time of like the Infinity Gauntlet, like the first, like the comic.
Oh, okay, yeah. I know what you're talking about now. Yeah.
And her name was Her. I I forgot all about that. I didn't
You
think
gotta
about it.
stay
Right.
consistent. You might as well.
Oh, but yeah, that's what I'm saying. I was just trying to get myself working. I got these old pencils and stuff. I'm gonna do some like inking because, like, like inking is like my favorite thing. Even if it's like just inking like letters, it's like easy to just like think and
Yeah, inking's fun.
I can talk while I'm inking. I can't like talk while I'm trying to like pencil or like write a story, but like from inking stuff, I can just be like, so.
Yeah, because you're just you're just tracing.
Tracer. No, there's a tracer.
It's funny when I had Sandra Hope on, and she's just talking about being a tracer, and I'm just like, oh, it's so much more than that. And she's like, she's so humble, but it's to the unobserved eye, or the unseasoned artist, I'm sure that it does look just like tracing. Then when you do it, to do it well, I mean, anyone could, you could go over it, of course, and trace it, and then just do that. Say, I inked it, but it's not really gonna be inking, as we know and love it.
Well, it depends, like what, like I just pencil my own. I don't have like a penciler that I work. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I just, when I pencil stuff, it's not like I don't put in like details or, you know what I mean? Like it's all pretty rough, like it's just kind of shapes. And then it's like when I go in ink, that's when I put in all the, what do they call it? Like noodling, like all the little lines and cross hatching and all that stuff. So
when I do quick sketches, I do that. When I'm doing stuff that's more final, big composition, lots of stuff going on, I've been, at least very recently, because I had a great conversation with RT Bear, and he was talking about some awesome advice he got from Frank Frazetta, saying to pencil tight and ink loose. And so I've been following, I mean, I'm not going to say Frazetta, what does he know, right? So I'm like, okay, Frazetta says that, I'm going to give that a shot. Because before I'd be just doing all the pencil, I'm like, oh, well, why should I go into it too much? I'm just going to ink it, and I'll figure it out then. And for me, that has been a game changer for me. I feel like on my stuff to pencil tighter,
right.
And then when I'm inking, you don't ink like messy, but you keep more energy in the line, and you have more confidence when you put the ink down, and then go back in there and refine and everything. And that's been helping to keep, for me, what I'm looking at as my art that's been developing. Right. It's been a lot better. It's helping me to push things too with compositions, because then I don't have to figure so much out when I'm inking, and things are so much more final at that point. So I don't know. It's not my advice. It's Frazetta's, but ignore it at your own risk. But yeah, I found that it's pretty great. I loved it. I used to before, like I said, I used to just do really loose pencils for everything, and then just kind of figure it out. But sketches, when they're really, really quick sketches, that's fine, But everything too is so important with the gesture. I find there's a lot of people out there that I think they're going way too loose with pencils, and then trying to figure it out with the inks, and the piece is losing energy, it's stiffening up, the poses look like everybody's frozen, and it's because they're not having time to develop the gesture. They're kind of just like going with it, and then they get something down, and then they try to build it up from there. But you got to at least get the gesture down and get that pose,
Huh.
Just something to think about.
Yeah, all stems from this Frazetta fella, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I think he's kind of known.
And RT
fledgling artist. And then RT Bear's done some stuff.
RT Bear. Yeah, I've heard of that guy. Yeah, huh? I'll have to give that a try. That's what I'm saying. Like I said, this stuff is all just like just kind of practice stuff. Like,
Yeah.
This other one is like, I've got like 3 different pages that I did of like, well, I'll show. This is the kind of printed version I ended up with. Right, it's like Bast, the Egyptian goddess of cats, and it's like a weird dream I'd had, right? And like to make that, I think there's another page too, but like I combined like these inks that I did of it, and then I still have 2 separate pages of like pencils, because the pencils you can't really see too well on the. No, I can't see the pencils, but I think at the time, like I said, this was back in 2020. I think I was like trying to like lightbox stuff, so I'd have like a page of pencils and a page of inks, and I
think if I did the lightbox, I'd go friggin' blind. I'd have to like wear those solar eclipse glasses while I'm doing it.
Yeah, that was the other thing, was that like you're staring at the light, and like you get done and just.
Yeah. The computer monitor already fries my eyeballs. I can't imagine. Especially some people got really big light boxes. Like these things are like light tables. Right. And I couldn't do that. Couldn't do that. Just ink right on the pencils. Yeah. But Dr. Ben, thank you so much for stopping by. I gotta let you go because I got somebody else waiting, but I appreciate you. Yeah, I appreciate you saying hello today. And
anytime, man.
Yeah, man.
For sure.
All right, have a good one. Have a great weekend.
All right, you too, guys.
Take it easy. Let's see. We got before I bring you on there, thank you so much for being patient in the green room. I'll bring you on in just a moment. What Geekstu says, sorry took so long, just put in for the Max sketch. Didn't want to ship just that, so filled in my collection with some comics. Thanks. Oh, well, thank you, man. Looking forward to making that. I've only drawn the Max, I think, one other time? Years ago. So it should be fun. He's a fun character, especially visually. It's Travco. Says, Pete, any advice or considerations one should have when coloring for newsprint versus slick paper? I actually did a video about that maybe 2 years ago. Maybe 3. Something like that. If you want to look that up through, I believe it might be on my channel, but it might also be on the Alterna Comics YouTube channel. But I would just say a good rule of thumb is number 1. Whatever paper you're going to go with, talk to your printer first. They always have recommendations on ink coverage and settings and things. Now, if they don't, first of all, that's really... Maybe you want to look for another printer. But if they don't, a good rule of thumb anyway with uncoated stock, especially newsprint, is to take in consideration the total ink coverage. That's the CMYK. They all go up to 100%. You want to keep all 4 values always under, or at least around, the 220 to 230 range. You're hardly ever going to go into that range unless you're talking about making the color black. Text, and this is good advice just for comics in general, the text is going to be 100 black. You don't really want your text that's black text to have 4 color black in there, because it could misregister, and then you'll get all little fuzzy looking elements to it. It'll be like a little bit of a pink, a little bit of a blue, that kind of look to it. But you want to make sure that you keep the ink coverage low, especially on newsprint and uncoated paper stock, because those paper stocks absorb ink more. But every single printer's, especially with the paper, is different. So it's not an easy to answer question. I know you might think like, oh, how hard could that be? That should be pretty easy to answer. But you got to calibrate and adjust for matte coated, for glossy, for newsprint, for uncoated, for natural. There's a lot of, but there's a lot of information out there. So if you look it up, I'd say about like 95% of it out there is correct, or is at least in the ballpark. So, if you have specific concerns and questions, there's a lot of intelligent people out there that have written articles or put up videos and whatever, and they could help you out if your printer, for whatever reason, can't. So, best of luck to you. I know it can be stressful. All right, let's see. We got Sam. What's up, Sam?
Pete, it's been a long time, man. How you doing?
It's doing good, man. How are you?
I'm fighting the good fight, man. We've had a year. I won't bring you down on family stuff. We had some deaths in the family, stuff like that. But coming back.
No, I'm sorry, man.
Yeah, thanks, man. We're coming back ready to get back on track. But I wanted to pop on because I actually did get notification this time this went live, so that's nice. YouTube stopped screwing around, so I got to catch some video with you. Figured I'd pop in and say, hey, always appreciate the insights from experience. We just finished our 7th year in business ourselves, so
congrats, fantastic,
crazy, right? Always willing to learn from people who've done more, been more, so good to see you out there. Good news, Antarctic Press is going to release one of our issues to the direct market for us, so that we don't have to keep fighting with Diamond, and we're on the waiting list for Lunar and all that. So that'll
nice. Which one?
Tibian or time traveling psychedelic mushrooms. Since it's episodic and each issue is basically its own self-contained story, that'll be on the shelves in September. So we should see it in Diamond next month, I believe, or July. I forget which one. But we have a whole new cover for it because I don't reprint covers that we do for floppies for crowdfunding. So we got a whole new cover, same artist, freaking gorgeous. And probably by Tuesday we'll have the cover for issue 2 from him. I'm gonna fire a message off to you when we get into that because I think it's gonna blow your mind. Very
cool, man. Congrats.
Thanks, man. Thanks. How about you? What's fun? What's good for you? I know the campaign's doing well.
Oh man, it's the second half of this year is gonna be intense. There's a lot of fulfillment. There's a lot of new campaigns coming up, and there's just a lot going on in general. And it's gonna be a very intense second half of the year. I think it's gonna be one of those things where it feels like it's going really fast and really slow at the same time.
I feel you.
And so I'm excited for it, but man, I don't think there's ever going to be another point in the 18 years of Alterna where it's going to be as busy as July onward for the rest of 2024.
Yeah,
because we just have so much going on. Coming up real soon, like the 15th of this month, we're going to be launching just on our own site, just a pre-order for summer merch, summer apparel. So just t-shirts and towels, things that people have been asking about. Towels, it struck me as odd. That was something people were asking about for a while.
Like,
but I
like
was
beach towels or something?
Yeah. So I'll show them real...
like a King Cryptid
here.
Beach towel? I could see that.
Yeah. So...
Blood Realm. Yeah, Blood Realm. That would be badass. Yeah, I didn't think about that.
Yeah, we've got designs for 10 of these towels here. 2 for Blood Realm, 2 for King Cryptid, 2 for Red Koi, 2 for Unit 44, and 2 for Tinseltown. And I'm waiting on the prototypes to get here. They should get here like Monday or Tuesday. And this way I can show them off on the stream when we go live. But this should be really cool. These are like 34 or so inches wide by like 63, 64 inches tall.
So 1.5 by 5?
Yeah.
Yeah, cool.
And actually almost 3 feet wide.
How wide did you say?
Like 34.
Oh, 34. Okay,
inches wide. Yeah.
Okay.
So yeah. But yeah, nice like beach
yeah.
towels and with a nice print on them. It should be a lot of fun. And then the all over print t-shirts. We're doing almost 2 of each. Tinseltown's going to have 1, but we got 9 of these, and these are all, both of them, going to be launching on our own site.
Yeah, that Tinseltown one turned out really nice.
Yeah.
It's pretty badass.
So these are going to be fun.
Cool, man. Cool. Where are you getting them? Where are you getting them done up locally, or are you doing through like Printful, or who's handling the production?
I'm doing it's classified.
I copy that. I understand. Sorry, I forgot we were live for a second. My bad, man. You've got it hooked up. I get you.
But yeah, it's we did a winter apparel one where we had all over print hoodies, and then these big blankets that are they were 80 inches tall by
nice.
like 60 inches wide or something like that. Really nice, like Sherpa fleece sort of deal. And those came out great. We're using the same company, and they do an amazing job with the prints on these things. So I'm hoping when the towel prototype arrives that it's really nice, because if it's not, we're gonna have to scrap it. But I know the t-shirts, I don't have any doubt with the t-shirts. So we've done t-shirts with them before. I have them for my King Cryptid campaign.
Cool.
But yeah, that should be fun.
That's like whenever I get shirts or mugs or anything done, I always order the test copies on, and like this one right here has probably been washed 100 times. So
nice.
It came out really nice. I don't know it.
Yeah.
But
I love mugs. I got too many friggin' mugs, man. I got like 30 mugs.
Yeah, you know what that tells you is that you've got good quality ones, because like some of the places that you can get these done for, they really don't know what they're doing. And so I went through like 5 or 6 different locations before I found stuff that could hold up, and I've been using them ever since. So, and that's not top secret. I use Printful for all my mugs. And for campaigns, it's really nice because they've got facilities in Australia, in Europe, Japan, Canada. So if you have to like do fulfillment on it, it really cuts your shipping costs way down, because you don't have to ship it to you and then ship it. You just basically drop ship it directly. And so like for a mug, for like a big mug, like the 15-ounce one, like here, like the not quite the size of your head, I think it's like we put $25 on it, and that's on crowdfunding platforms. So if you take out the 10% and everything else, we're profitable at $25, and people get good stuff. So it's nice and it's handy for any new creators who want to do that. Definitely talk to the guys at Printful, and they'll hook you up.
Cool, very nice.
But always test the stuff before you send it to your people. Because I've gotten shirts made places that I would never in a million years send it to a backer because it was just crap.
Oh yeah, I've had that happen too.
Yeah,
we've had to leave. They made it right, but it was one of those things where it was just 2 in a row where they screwed up. It would be really askew, like the pattern or whatever. Or just sometimes too. What I don't get, even on the trading cards that we've done, I've had to leave multiple different printers because they would mess around with my files.
Yeah.
And I'm like, what are you doing touching the files?
Because
because they shrink them.
Mm-hmm.
Because I build in the bleed. So everything's in there when they trim them. And I'm like, just leave it alone and go to print. I'm approving the proof when you send it. And then you guys are going against that and then printing the card and adjusting it. And now things are wonky, and like the text is blurry, and because they rasterize everything and whatever. And I'm like, this isn't what I'm sending you. And so I've had to leave like 2 or 3 printers with trading card stuff because of that. And then, but every time when I go with a new one, I'm like, please just print the files the way I send them. And so the last one especially, I was like, everything, they just printed it perfect. They left my files alone. They just did it, and they came out great. Thank God.
I tell you, like even it's surprising to me how many times that people like mess with stuff. Like when way back in 2017 when we first started stuff, I created like a Society 6 page, and nothing that I tested from them came out right. It was terrible. I hope they've gotten better. I know they're still in business, but I haven't done anything with them since then.
Yeah, I don't know what that is. I don't get that. I don't know why they feel the need to.
It's weird, man. It's like they have their little templates, and then whatever art you're loading in there, it shifts it in there to make it fit somehow.
Yeah.
But you don't really have a lot of control on the fitting. I mean, it'll let you move it around a little bit and shrink it into something. But if your size ratio doesn't fit to their profile, then
Yeah,
you know,
they
whatever.
freak out about it, even though it's like I already approved the proof, and then you
Yeah.
guys went and adjusted it after. And every single time, it's like they make it right because it's just dead to rights. Like the proof is there, and then what they printed is different, you know. But it's an ordeal every time to go back and forth, and yeah.
I got a heartwarming story for you. So Saturday, I had originally had plans for Saturday with the May the 4th thing and all that, but the shop I was supposed to be at, the owner got COVID, so they shut down the shop for the weekend. That's terrible for them. But
heartwarming, Sam. You've gotten dark.
Well, no, it's getting there. So we're gonna reschedule. We're gonna do the May the 4th thing a little later, and we'll get that down and make that work. But one of the guys who does like a lot of the small local conventions, they had a little con in E-Town, and I'm like 4 days before the con, and he shoots me an email. He's like, "Hey man, we've still got like 2 slots open if you want one." And I'm like, "Yeah, my plans have changed. It sounds good." And I mean, it's a little pricey, for it, for 1 day event. But I'm like, "Yeah, no problem. It's always a good show." And I've done this one before. And so my youngest, my 9-year-old, she comes with me on that, and they open the doors at 10 o'clock, and this place floods. Now it's Derby weekend in Kentucky, right? So all these people are away. Hey, John, what's up, man? Glad you're liking Tibby, bro. I hope I like it. But my little 9-year-old sold $80-something worth of comics and prints and stickers and buttons.
Fantastic.
Just on her own, man. It was cool. It was and she's done stuff like that before, but she absolutely loves it. And so she'll get, and when there's like a little lull and something, she'll like, "Dad, can I walk around and take a look?" And so I gave her $5, and she goes around, and "Oh, Cole, man, thanks, bro. Appreciate you." That's actually right too. We've got RPGs and our comics there, guys. You're awesome. She takes and she goes and she starts hitting the different spots, and she'll pick up, like, if there's a freebie thing that they've got, she'll do like whatever game it is, and she'll spend a little bit of money here, and then she'll go to the next one and she'll do whatever there. She does like a whole lap, and then she starts going back to places, and she actually starts trading stuff with other creators. And I didn't teach her to do this. This is something she did on her own. And so she left with $5, and she came back with like $80 worth of stuff that she had just traded up to other people with. From like, just, hey, I got this cool sticker. And they're like, "Oh, cool, I got this little art print."
I think the barter system is natural among children.
And so she just we did like 3 cons ago. She was with me. She came back with an original like 12-inch diameter original art piece that this person had painted a unicorn on. And they had like $65 on this. I only sent her with like $10. And so I was like, "Oh crap, do I owe someone some money?" And so she's like, "No." And so I went back to check to make sure that I didn't owe someone some money. And she's like, "No, she traded me this cool little 3D printed dragon from it." I'm like, "Where the hell did she get a 3D printed dragon from?"
That's incredible. She's wheeling and dealing over there. That's amazing.
And so I went to the guy who did the dragons. He's like, "Yeah, man, she gave me like some really cool stickers, and she had like this cool little art print. It wasn't one of our art prints." I'm like, "What the hell did she do?" And she had literally she just traded up for everything and ended up with this 12-inch original piece that I've got to find a place to hang in her room. So
that's cool.
It was neat, man. It was really neat. But
look at that.
Pop in and share some stuff. Hey guys, thanks for sharing everything. Real quick, while I'm thinking about, because I didn't think about this before. Yeah, that's Damian Torres. He's on for issue 2 as well. We're going to see the second issue of that pretty soon. You know what? Can I plug one thing real quick then? Since Timmy got brought up? Guys, if you're a fan of digital, on Drive-Thru, I have a 9-issue digital comic bundle that we put together for when we went to the con, and I haven't taken it down yet. You can get all 9 of our currently released digital comics for $9. So if you want to like score a nice, comfortable read for like 200 and something pages of good comic content, that's there. You got Tibby and Her Time Traveling Psychedelic Mushrooms issue 1, 47 Furious Tales issues 1 through 3, Reign of Ages 1 through 3, Necroholic issues 1 and 2. It's a lot of fun. You won't regret it.
Fantastic, man. Well, thank you for popping in And
Didn't come to show, but I'm gonna take advantage of it.
oh yeah. Well, you know, as long as you don't make the whole thing about that, that's fine with me.
No, I just wanted to share some good news and swap some stuff, some stories with you.
Yeah, man. Thank you for stopping by.
Always
That was
a pleasure.
awesome. Well,
Hey, good work, man.
yeah, you too, man. Take it easy.
Later on, bro.
All the best. Let's see. We got. Oh, it's a question here from Doc. That wants to know. Oh boy, there's a big one. It says, hey Pete, thoughts and advice on hiring artists, contacts, and NDAs. Probably a whole episode, I would guess. You guessed correctly. Oh boy. So I don't do NDAs on when I hire comic book artist people. Maybe I should, but I don't. But I do let them know. I'm like, look, just don't share anything without asking me first. I ask that, you know. So that's it. It's kind of just like a gentleman's agreement or a handshake deal when it comes to that, you know. It's for their benefit too, because you want to share some stuff, you know, but you don't want to just spoil the whole damn thing, which then will prevent people not only from enjoying it, because I always say, you know, talk about whatever you want to talk about with your book, but you have to know what a surprise is. You got to know what a twist is, what a reveal is. If you don't know what those things are as a storyteller, and you just go blab that out, you're ruining the fun of your story. That stuff is supposed to be discovered as the reader reads the story. Everything else, you know, if it's a character personality or a couple panels or whatever, a couple pages that don't have anything to do with, you know, it's all set up and that kind of a thing. You know, we don't give them the punchline. Let them discover the punchline when they read. But the other thing too is if you're an artist out there, especially, writers do this too, but especially if you're an artist, because they're the ones that tend to get hired more often than the writers. If you go and you just start sharing everything that you're drawing on the book, that's not going to make you look like someone that other people are going to want to work with to hire for their book. And you might have the purest of intentions, but good rule of thumb when it comes to any of that stuff, just put it past the person you're working with. Can I show that? Am I allowed to show that? Is that okay to show that? Just do that. You know, instead of posting it immediately to social media, post it to them and just ask, hey, can I show that? That's a good rule of thumb to follow for anything. Now, if you do have some kind of NDA or some kind of whatever, you can't talk about something or you can't mention anything regarding even your involvement on the book or what you're doing or what book it is or anything like that, that's a whole different thing. If you're someone you want to put that stuff in when you work with people, then you could do that. You know, I don't really do that. But everything else is, and I think you meant contracts, not contacts, right? Everything else is just go through it and discuss it with whoever you're hiring. What works for some people doesn't work for others. You know, some people might even think like, oh, that's not a good deal. Why would someone sign that? But you're not that person. You know, we live in a world where there's a lot of people, obviously, that have access to a lot of information at any point in time. You know, but one thing you don't have access to is every single thing that's going on between whoever's involved living their life. So if someone takes a deal that they feel like, oh, well, that's worth it for me, I should take that, then that's what they're doing. You know, now, if you look at that and go, oh, well, they're getting ripped off or this or that or the other thing, well, you could say that for just about anything. You know, so it's up to that individual at that point in time. If they feel like they're getting ripped off, then don't sign the deal. Don't do that. Don't move forward with that. and just talk about it. Just be like, oh, well, what about this instead of this? Or how about this instead of that? Or whatever. A lot of the time, I find that people don't discuss those things. They sign it, kind of resentfully, and down the path of a bad relationship, work-wise, business-wise, you start going down that road. And I think we've all kind of been there when we start off, especially. There's always going to be these things that pop up. But if people just took it, because if you agree to it, to that other person, you're saying, yeah, this is fine with me. Or maybe even, this is great. This is good. I'm happy to do this, you know. But if you never mention it, and then you mention it afterwards, or whatever, you know, that kind of sour grape sort of thing. I hate to see that sort of stuff. Because it's like, why didn't you bring that up? Why don't you talk about that? Why didn't you say something? You thought what? You wouldn't get the deal that you're already not happy with? It's just that kind of thing. I've mentioned before with sketch card companies, in the past, Tops and Upper Deck have tried to get me to work on them, and this was years ago. Upper Deck was kind of recent. Upper Deck was maybe like 2 years ago. But Tops wanted to pay $1 a card. This was years ago. I hope they're still not doing $1 a card, but they probably are. There were people I knew that were doing sketch cards for Tops on like their Star Wars series, painting these cards, right? And they would do a bunch of them, dozens of cards, sometimes 100 cards. Just because it was like every whatever amount you did, you got whatever amount of artist proofs. And the artist proofs, you basically were able to sell for more money. Maybe you could get, $500 for an artist proof or something. But you had to do all those cards for $1, $1 each. People were painting their cards and doing these ridiculous things on a sketch card for $1. I was like, I'm not doing a card for $1. But then I did do cards for $1. I just sold my own cards for $1 each. Just to get things out there. Because I was pretty new to sketch cards at the time. When I worked with Leaf was paying $6 a card. They wanted me to do 100 cards. Just black and white. And they wanted them sketchy. So I said, oh, that's pretty good. I could do that. I was, especially at that point in time, it was maybe like 12 or so years ago. So I did that. That's fine. I was perfectly happy to do that. And then they gave a bunch of little artist proof extras with them that only the artists that work as sketch card artists on their set could get. Upper Deck wanted to pay years ago, wanted to pay $2 a card. And they flat out told me they were going to get rid of like a quarter of them. They were like, we want you to do 200 cards and we're going to get rid of 50 of them. I was like, wait a second. Because you got to do them. And then they give you a list of what characters they want. And then you do them, you send them to them. And then they throw away. They throw them away, allegedly. They throw them away. Because this is Upper Deck we're talking about. Upper Deck with they've had a lot of controversy over the years with some of the trading card practices. Not throwing things away when they said they throw them away. Then they go on and sell them. But they would throw them away. You'd still get paid for what you did. The 200 cards. But they're going to throw away 50. So between the $2 a card and throwing away 50 cards, I was like, I'm not going to do that. So I didn't do that. Some people do it. A lot of people do it, obviously. They still have people doing this stuff all the time. And then Upper Deck got in touch with me about a year or so ago or whatever. And it was like $4 a card. And they wanted 100, and it was for some Goonies card set they were doing. And I turned that down just because I'm not drawing sketch cards for $4 a card. I don't care who the company is. I don't care how many artist proofs I'm getting. Make my own damn artist proofs. And as far as, it gets out there, some people go, oh, well, it's worth it because of the exposure or whatever. Now, for some people, yeah, maybe it's worth that. For me, though, I looked at it as you're getting one sketch card. And not one that you did. You're getting one sketch card, just any sketch card or whatever, in a box. That was how it was for the longest time. I don't know if it's different now. So the likelihood of them getting your card and seeing your art was very low. You know, and then usually who would end up getting was just going to be a reseller anyway. It's very rare when someone actually got a sketch card that wasn't going to resell it or wasn't just purposefully buying like cases of these things to resell them in some capacity. It's just, I didn't care to be an official whatever artist on these cards. So I never really did that. It's a very odd market, the sketch card market, to be a professional sketch card artist. You know, because if you can command, and some people can command like $2,000-$3,000 on these artist proof cards. They'll go all out, and they're beautiful. But good grief. You know, so you'll see like a card, and nothing's worse than this, and I've seen it myself. You'll see a card that you made for like practically nothing, and it's on there for like $200 on eBay. And you're like, I got paid like $2 to make that card. So it's a weird industry. But I love making sketch cards. I love drawing them. I love making my own. I love the ones at Alterna. I tell you, the guys aren't getting $2 a card when they do sketch cards. They're making almost the whole thing. So if you pay like, I think like $40 or something on a sketch card at Alterna, I think they're making like 25 or 30 or something. I gotta check again what I'm paying everybody, but they're getting paid almost the whole thing. Not getting $2 a card. But that's the bigger companies for you. It's weird. It's a weird thing. But yeah, I don't make sketch cards anymore for anybody. I did some for a while, even like independent companies and stuff. And the independent companies, I think I was getting like $5 a card or something. One of them was paying $10 a card, and they had me do just 20 cards. That was cool, you know. But I've done like sketch cards, and they all wanted like different styles and stuff. So my stuff was all over the place. It was really difficult to establish like a style. But at this point in time, I don't do that anymore. So anyway. Liza Bar says, hey, I'll pay you $1 a card. I can budget for 100 of those. If I do a $1 card, it's just going to be a couple of lines, you know, in pen. That kind of a thing. And I'll crank them out. It's going to be like 10 to 15 seconds a card. You're like, that's not Batman. Yeah, it is. You know, he's got two triangles up on his head, and he's got a triangle, and that's his nose. Batman. $1. Like I said, the sketch card thing is odd. Let's see. Dr. Masters, do you think they sucker people with certain licenses? Sometimes. And I mean, I don't think it's like necessarily like they're suckering anyone. Like, I don't think there's such a thing. I know it's weird to say this, but I don't think there's such a thing as like suckering someone to something that they agree to when you're letting them know. You know, you can sucker them and pull like a fast one and they're not aware of it, you know. But if you go, okay, I'm going to pay you $2 a card, 100 cards, blah, 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 here's all the stuff. And they go, okay, yeah, sure. You know, but I think some people maybe got a soft spot for certain properties, you know. Like if I was like the biggest Goonies fan in the world or something, I don't know, maybe I would have done the set. But me personally, no. But maybe like there's a lot of really big fans of these properties out there, and they kind of go, okay, well, you know, it's cool to be able to do that or work on that in some official capacity. I don't really care for that. Even like I don't mind drawing other characters and whatnot from wherever. I would much rather draw my own. I'd much rather draw the ones of the characters at Alterna, or even an independent character, than like the corporate type character. The you know, there was a time when I didn't mind it or I even liked it, but the more that you know you kind of create your own stuff, the more that you kind of just want to make that. You know, so I think there's some people that get involved with it that they just like to draw whatever, or they have an affinity for those characters, and that's fine. You know, that's what they're doing. But it'd be nice to see those sketch card artists, especially if they're being asked to go full all out, making like paintings and stuff on making a painting on like a little card. Some of them are incredible, you know, and it breaks my heart that I'm like, wow, they just got like $1 or $2 for that. And then you see them, they'll sell them on eBay, and they're going for a lot. So it's crazy. It's crazy. Now, Eliza Bar says, stick figure cards, the wave of the future. Comics for Life says, do you get a percentage of every card sold? Can you reframe that question? Do you mean... Yeah, just let me know. Like, be a little more specific. I want to know what you mean. Do you mean like when you do a card set for like Upper Deck or something? Because you don't. I mean, if you do, and I don't know, I've never got hired in this capacity. I'd imagine they get paid better if they did art for a base card. The base cards are, you know, in the actual card set. Sketch cards are one and done. But I would imagine that they would be getting paid a lot better if they were a base card artist. But no, you wouldn't get, no. You don't get a royalty or anything like that. You get paid what you get paid. So if I, so basically, like if I was whatever company and I hired you, Comics for Life, to draw 100 cards, I'd say, draw 100 cards for me. I'm going to pay you $2 a card. $200 total. That's it. When you're done with them, you know, I need them by this date. Mail them to me by this date. Usually they prefer to like you mail it like FedEx or UPS or some kind of insurance too on there and things like that. And then you mail it. They get the cards. They make sure all the cards are there and everything is, you know, sometimes they give you a list. Most of the time they give you a list of what kind of characters they want or whatever. Like when I did the cards for Leaf, they wanted all these different like celebrity portraits. And some of them I was like, oh, I did really good on that. And then some of them I was like, oh, that's horrible. I don't know. I can't tell who the hell that is. And when you really screw it up, that's it. It's done because they only give you so many to work with. So, you know, they give you a list of cards to work with, a list of whoever to draw. And you send them in. And then they say, okay, you did all the ones we want you to. So then they send you your money, you know, whether digital or check or whatever. And then that's it. That's it. It's done. There's no... anything like that. There's no royalty. If a card that you did, like let's say the 100 cards you did and you got paid $200, let's say those 100 cards all sold on eBay, a reseller thing, okay, they all sold afterwards and they all made $1,000 each, you know, $100,000. You did 100 cards and they yielded $100,000. You made $200. So even if you got 10 artist proofs and you sold them still for $2,000 a piece, which is like, wow, you know, 40 grand or 20 grand on that level, I should say. 10 of them for $2,000 each, which is like, for you to command that, you're like one of the top sketch card artists, which is, there's very few. Then you made that and your other cards made so much more. That's a weird thing. It's a weird thing because you're surrendering the original art. You're not like scanning and sending something in. You're giving them the original art. So it's a little weird. Jefferson says, Pete, I've seen some War of the Worlds cards you did floating around. What were those for? Oh, that was, yeah, I've done, man, those were years ago too. Those were, it's like an independent company. I don't even remember the name of the company. But yeah, there was like a War of the Worlds one. There was a Dracula one. I might have done 2 Dracula sets. And they wanted like a cartoonish style. War of the Worlds was kind of fun. It was like these different scenes of different places of like the alien tripods. Kind of, I remember like I did like a Stonehenge one and like a Statue of Liberty one and stuff like that. You know, at different places. They wanted these things invading. But that was so long ago, and I don't remember who the heck that was for. So I'm sorry. But I've done a couple of different sets, maybe 6 or 7 total sets out there. So anyway, John's Long Box, I saw that you were in the back room. I was just about to let you on. If you want to come back on for just a few minutes, we could do that. But if not, and you're all set, thank you for stopping by, and appreciate you being patient with me, even though obviously you couldn't stick around the whole time. It's okay, though. So, like I said before when I was talking to Sam, we're going to be launching on the Alterna site. Not on Indiegogo, not anywhere else, on the Alterna site. It's going to be for t-shirts and towels. If you guys didn't see it before, again, here's the towels. There's 2 Blood Realm ones, 2 King Cryptids, 2 Red Koi, 2 Unit 44, and 2 Tinseltown designs. And these things look great. I'm getting in the prototypes for the towels. I ordered prototypes of the King Cryptid towel, the one that Keir Covington did that's like this big octopus thing fighting King Cryptid. Kind of like King Cryptid fighting a Kraken. That'll be a good issue, actually. So one of these towels, they should be arriving Monday or Tuesday, and then I can see what the quality is like. And as long as it's good, we'll launch the towels. I know the t-shirts are going to be good, so we're going to definitely go ahead with the t-shirts no matter what. And we got 2 of each, except for Tinseltown, which has 1. These are front and back, in case you're wondering. All over print design, good stuff. So yeah, that'll be on the 15th. King Cryptid meets King Kraken. Oh man. And I guess that's about it. I've got a bunch to do this weekend. I'm gonna definitely try to get in a draw stream, but I think I'm just gonna be able to do 1 hour of it. So instead of a 2-hour stream, I'll just do one. Just do like 4 or 5 cards. So sorry, can't do a 2-hour stream for the draw stream this week. Heck, I might not be able to do a 2-hour draw stream ever again. I might have to keep them to an hour, because I don't even have the ideal setup to do one. It like wrenches my neck to be kind of hunched over a little bit when I'm doing it, and the next day I'm like, ugh. So an hour I think will look good. We could do an hour. Let's see here. Doc says looks like it was, oh yeah, cult stuff. Yeah, cult stuff. And I think they did the Dracula set too. They wanted me to do some other, like I think it was like a Civil War set or something as well, but at that point in time I was too busy with everything else. But yeah, cult stuff. War of the Worlds. Are they still around? I don't even know. So many companies come and go with this stuff. But yeah, so that's about it. I'll be back, let's see. So I'll be back Sunday for the draw stream. Monday, I'm excited. We've got at 1 o'clock Eastern, we've got Kathleen Martin on the show. And we're going to be talking about the Betty and Barney Hill abduction, which took place in '63. It was the first reported UFO abduction in the United States. Happened in New Hampshire. Just about maybe an hour and a half from where I am. And she is the niece of Betty and Barney Hill. Now, they both have passed away years ago, especially Barney. Barney had passed away just a few years after the incident. But she's done a lot of research, talked to a lot of people that have had experiences, reported abductions. Should be an interesting show. Should be a good conversation. I'm really looking forward to talking to her about that, because she knows a lot of interesting stuff and has had a lot of interesting conversations with people that have allegedly been abducted. So if I know some people really wigs them out with alien abduction stuff. So if you don't want to see the show, if you don't want to listen to the conversation, that's fine. If you're a skeptic about it, sure, listen. If you don't believe any of it, sure, listen. Don't watch. It's up to you. I'm here for it. I'm going to be here for it. I think it's going to be fascinating, regardless of how you feel about the topic. It's pretty interesting that there's so many people that have had a lot of these reportings, and it takes a lot to try to discuss that kind of thing, because some people, maybe they go, oh well, you're getting attention and this and that. Most of the time the attention's horrible, so it takes people a lot to even come forward with that. And of a lot of these reports, I mean, we're talking about tens of thousands of these kinds of reports, whether they're from actual extraterrestrials or whether there's some kind of other thing going on, or whether it's just vivid dreams or hallucinations or mass psychosis or something strange other than that. Who the hell knows? But people are reporting something, and a lot of them have shared experiences. Pretty interesting. So I'm going to talk to her. She'll be on the show on Monday, 1 o'clock. So next week, what else? We got on Wednesday, Andy Smith and Dennis Turner will be on the show to talk about Kordrath 2. That'll be a 9:30 show. Spicer will be on the show as well at 9:30 on the 16th. So that's what's lined up for next week. And then on the 18th, I've got Tyler Wentland on the show as well. And we'll be talking about a whole bunch of things. It'll be a supernatural esoteric Saturday. We'll have 2 supernatural type esoteric shows next week. Sheldon, that'll be 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock Eastern, if you want to tune in for that. I mean, she's been doing this for decades. And there's a lot of interesting, very odd reports that have come her way. She's talked to a lot of people over the years. And as far as the Betty and Barney Hill abduction goes, that's really interesting too, because of the level of detail involved with the report and the incident that had occurred after everything went down. Very, just if you've researched it, it's really difficult for me to explain, especially I want to get going within the next minute or two. If you've researched it, if you've done a lot of in-depth stuff about it, if you've listened to the hypnosis that they both underwent. Little trivia, James Earl Jones had optioned the rights back in the day to make a film about it, and he played Barney. Barney was a black man, Betty was white. There was a bit of an age difference between the two. Betty was older. And Barney, it's chilling to listen when he went under hypnosis, especially, to kind of regress. Very, very spooky. So yeah, I know it's a difficult thing for some people with that topic, because they have like this innate fear about these things, because it's weird. You know, you could just get abducted by aliens. If that's a thing, that's pretty freaky. Whether you believe in it or not, if that's a possibility and that's a thing that's going on, if that's happening, woo. But anyway, it's never happened to me as far as I know. But I've had some weird dreams, so who knows? Anyway, I'll be back on Monday with that. But I'll be doing that draw stream on Sunday. We'll do it for an hour. It should be good. All right, guys, I'm going to be wrapping it up here. Thanks so much. Appreciate you guys being here. Buddha Bear says, I want my KC beanie. I may have to even get a freezer job so I can wear it. Hey. Maybe, Buddha Bear. I got a package to ship out to you too, Buddha Bear. I got some stuff done for you. Let's see, Cole. Yeah, a lot of people feel the same. Freaked me out too when I was a kid. Aliens are one of the few things that freaked me out as a kid. Yeah. The worst would be, the worst thing was when on Unsolved Mysteries, and they'd have the sketches. especially when they were just kind of humanoid looking. You know, like the eyes are a little weird and the nose is off and the mouth is kind of small and slitty. But they wouldn't look like a full-blown gray alien with the big eyes and big head and stuff. They'd look like a human being, but very odd looking. Those drawings was a kid when I would see them. You know, my parents watched the show, and every now and then you sneak an episode in. Always regret it. Creepy stuff. But anyway, I'll see you guys on Sunday, and we'll do a draw stream then. Tomorrow I'm gonna be off. I'm gonna be catching up on more work and whatnot. Yeah, Robert Stack had a good voice for it. Yeah, he did. Really creepy, and that's just how he talked. All right, guys, everybody have a wonderful night. And an even better tomorrow. I will see you guys on Sunday with a draw stream. We'll do that for an hour, and that'll be that. Everybody take it easy, and I'll see you guys soon. All the best.